It's an exciting afternoon, and I can't wait to spill out all the juicy content. Today is going to be an interesting one, so the more reason why I want you to stick with me. It's Gossip Gala, guys. Welcome. Hi. How are
Hello.
you? Shake
Good. How you
me.
doing?
You're good. Hi, Oni. How are you?
Hi, my love. What's good?
I'm fine, thank you. How was your weekend like? Tell me.
Fine.
There's no gist to that.
I just dropped this new music, so I've just been pushing. That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
So, okay, tell me a bit about. Okay, you know what? Before I even go too much into it, let me ask Oni how our weekend was. How was your weekend?
It was great. I'm slightly a bit under the weather, as you could see, but aside apart from that, it was all right.
So yeah, back to your stuff, right?
Okay.
You said you dropped in a new song. Just give us in 30 seconds. Just tell us what the song is and what influenced the song.
Okay. I dropped Diana last week, but I have my EP dropping next week,
Oh,
consisting
okay.
of five music. You get. So it's titled "Love and Flames." It's about when you start something, when you start a new relationship and everything is good, then at the end of it, it gets bitter. So something that is bitter and sweet. Yeah, that's
Love
what
it,
it
love
actually
it.
means.
All right, let's quickly go on this short break, guys. Coming back is on the streets of social media. Stay with me.
All right, guys. So thanks for sticking with us. So we're just gonna dive right into what's hot on the streets of social media. So first up, we have a 14-year-old boy rejects the car his mom gifted him on his graduation day in the U.S. So obviously, there's this video of this young 14-year-old boy. He just graduated, not even from university, but like from high school, right? And his mom gifted him this BMW, but he literally didn't accept the gift because apparently it wasn't the model of BMW that he wanted. But anyways, let's just watch the video and see what it's really about. Get some more context.
Okay, so I think technical issues, so we don't have the video. All right, so back on what you're saying, if I'm to touch on what you just said now, it takes me back to that. We had a conversation last week.
Yeah.
We had a conversation last week, right, regarding parenting, the style of parenting that's adopted by this new parent, or let me just say the millennial parent style now. So I remember she saying that it's okay for children to be given phone, probably I think she said you said at the age of 13, or was it 13 you said, or
Yeah.
below that. Yeah, she was like, okay, it's fine. Why I kind of disagree, right? But let's talk about this this thing that happened like recently, like the video we are supposed to like watch, right? Now this guy in person, he's just 14-year-old, right? Like, let's take note of all these things. It's just 14-year-old. That's number one. Number two, the mom, okay, because of he's finished high school, like she said, he's done with high school, and the mom was like, okay, you know what, I know you've always loved BMW, so let me just get you one. Now there's a particular one he likes. There's, each and every one of us love it. It's just like the way we have, let me say a Toyota, for example.
No, let's
But
even use iPhone. So let me just give you a
Okay.
clearer example. So say so he wanted like the BMW, like the Model 15, right? But then his mom got him the Model 13, and he was literally just so upset. And it's just like, either way, you have a BMW, right?
Why
Like
didn't
why
she
why are
get-
you upset?
Wait.
It's just like me asking my mom for a phone now. Okay, I want the iPhone 15 Pro Max. She gets me the iPhone 14. I will now start vexing. It's like, you're literally being gifted, right? Instead of you to like show some appreciation and whatnot, you're getting pissed that it's not the model you wanted.
So why didn't she get the boy Model 15 then?
right.
What if she couldn't afford the Model 15 though?
Nah,
I
I don't
mean-
think that. I feel like that car is so expensive and posh for the boy, 14 years old, right? So I'm like, if you can afford this, then you should be able to afford 15. That's the boy standard.
I mean,
I'm just-
yeah. Based on what he said, honestly, some kid standards, right? It depends on like how they were brought up and how their parents raised them. So to this boy, it's very clear that like his mother often spoils him, right, with a lot of things.
Definitely.
So obviously not getting the car he wanted upset him, but I don't think that should be a good enough reason
that's
to
actually
be
not
upset. I mean,
necessary,
first of all,
for real.
you're 14. I mean, you're not even legal yet, and you're complaining about the model of some people can't even afford a BMW. Some people are driving a Suzuki and they are suffering. Well, you
know the boy is a big dog. If he rides that car, near his friends,
heavy,
like he's a big
heavy
dog.
on big dog though. Heavy on big dog.
Well, I feel
Big
like
dog
the
shit.
parenting style is quite different. Like it's a problem. Like, how do you even gift a child a child of 14-year-old that kind of car? First of all, why are you buying a car for him?
No, it's normal.
Yeah,
In America, let me tell you here now, in America, it's normal. Kids actually start to drive like from the age of 14 through 16. Kids get their license from the age of 14 through 16. And you know how in America, it's a thing where like, when your child gets to like a certain age, and that age is actually 18, they're meant to be able to like, stand. I was born there, at school there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's a thing where like when kids get to like a certain age or whatever, like their parents would expect them to be able to stand alone, and that age is 18 in America. So I mean, him getting a car at this age, it's not normal. Back in high school, when I was in year 11, year 12, literally all my friends had cars. All my friends would drive to school. We could all drive to school. I drive to school. So it's actually a very normal thing there. But my problem with the whole issue is just that like, at least like show some form of appreciation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to me, the boy was really ungrateful. He was actually really ungrateful. And then again, it all boils down to like the parenting styles and the exposure this child has been exposed to. So that's just that.
I think it's very wrong, because like, why gift a child of 14-year-old a car? Because literally this is where it starts from. And
America is a different place.
I mean, now you're complaining about the fact that he did not show gratitude to what you gave him, and that's because of the way you've trained him.
I mean, right?
We are talking about the 7-year-old girl that was able to collect her mom's credit card.
And buy
This is how it starts.
$600
This is how we start.
bag.
Trust me when tell me. See, honestly,
Crazy,
yeah.
you know.
If at the end of the day she gets, I'm very sure when she gets to 14 and her mom buys her maybe something of that nature, and that she went to buy for the credit card, I'm very sure she would literally not still appreciate it.
It's a very
It's
a very normal thing. So let me even just tell a quick story, right? So I had a friend back in high school. This was like also like during like our graduation period, whatnot. She was like one of like them really popular people in school, right? So her mom got her what's it called? Her mom got her Van Cleef, like like the Van Cleef's necklace and the chains, right? So obviously, so this girl comes to school and her mom is literally gifting her in school, like in front of everybody, right? And then she starts to get pissed. Why? Because it's not the one that she wants, and she starts to insult her mom in public and starts to just give her mom the worst attitude ever, and her mom just stands there. I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. Next, like, it's crazy how you just see things like that, and you're just like, and you're thinking, well, if this was me in my own African household, situations would just be different.
And I feel like that's why we somehow have good mannerism than them. This is not me insulting anybody.
Yeah, right.
Well, why would you want to give a child of 14-year-old? And at the end of the day, if they don't show accountability or being able to strive for themselves, you start panicking. Say the woman that was complaining. No, honestly, you're complaining that. Go on, please.
All these Gen Z parents and all that, I'm sure when it gets to you and you're on that standard,
you probably do the same thing.
I won't do that.
You probably do the same thing.
Give my child that is 14-year-old.
But no,
a car.
No, here's my issue.
A BMW.
It's not even that.
It's not even that.
My issue is not even the mom gifting the son a car. Here's my issue, like with all these parents and their parenting skills. You're raising your child up in like they're living like your life. They're living the life that your life, like with your money, wherever. When it's now time for them to stand by themselves and do things by themselves, what do you think is gonna happen? Because to them, they're used to like getting like all this, expensive things and whatnot. But then you have to think about like the aftermath, right? Like you're here, like, exposing your child to all this blah, 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 blah. So when your child now actually grows up, right, they're used to, all these expensive things. And what if they're not able to like afford it or like pick up bills themselves? Then what happens? Like, you're just exposing them to a whole lot that they don't really need to be exposed to right now. There's a time and place for everything. And I feel like kids should not they shouldn't be living like the lives of their parents. Like, you're living like your parents' money and your parents' lives. It's not your life, because when you grow up, you're gonna have to hustle for yourself and find your own life.
So what parenting style in Nigeria now do you have an issue with that you think we need to change?
sentence that I really don't know, but look, me for example, if God blesses you very very well, like I'm not talking about spoiling my kids and all, but I like to give them a better life, you know. And I want we Africans to like remove this mentality that children doesn't deserve good life, or that your kid. No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
true.
not getting it wrong.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that yeah, they are kids, but like me for instance, you know, they gave birth to you in America, me in Nigeria, so it's always been different. Like once I see someone that has it, I'm always like, wow, I want something like this. Like I value it, so I want that kind of lifestyle for my kids. Like once they are growing, I want to give them a better
The
life.
best
So
life
once they
ever.
go outside,
I mean, a
they
lot
don't
of
get
people
impressed
actually
by little things.
often think like that. But I mean, like I said, honestly, having a car in America is honestly a necessity. You'd see kids from literally year 9. Year 9 is like SS1, right? They have cars, they drive to school, they all drive themselves to school. So it's not even the case of whether he got blah 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 blah. It's just the fact that like he was just not appreciative, which tells a lot about his attitude. But anyways, moving on. So next up we have why you shouldn't spill your friends' gist to your partners. I'm not sure if the video, do we have the video? Okay, so let's just watch the video and get a little bit of in-text. Oh, there's no video. Okay, so pretty much this girl comes online and just talks about how like you shouldn't go around like, you know, telling people what your friends have told you, like what your friends have confided in you, because it could always lead to problems and backlash after. And quite frankly, very honest, I agree. I can't lie, I think one of my biggest pet peeves is, you know, confiding something in someone or telling something to my friend, and next thing you know, I'm hearing this thing somewhere else. Or oh yeah, but I don't think there's any audio. But yeah, next thing, like the one thing I really do hate is like when I tell someone something, right, and then the next thing you know, it's being told to someone else. It's like, why are you telling my gist, or why are you telling my story to other people? If I wanted to tell them, I would have told them. So let me just come to you. Like, what are your thoughts on, you know, a friend coming and confide in you, and then just
tell
telling
someone
you,
else?
Yeah, like.
Okay, I have 2 explanations for that.
Okay.
Someone telling me that, me telling someone else, and me telling someone, they're telling another person else. No, let me put myself in the shoe. You tell me something, and then I tell her. Actually, what can make me tell her is if I have like good relationship with her, and I feel like I trust her enough to feel like I confide in her, I can tell her this.
But let me ask you a question.
I'm coming there.
No. So what if I told you and I confided in you?
Exactly.
And I was like, listen, no, this thing I'm telling you, like, nobody can know. Like, no, it's just between me and you.
If you tell me that, then I definitely wouldn't tell her. But we are all human beings.
See, that's what they always say. Oh, you can't tell me, you can't tell me, I won't tell anyone.
We are all human beings. So if I know that you tell me not to tell her, and she's so close to me, you know, let's say for instance, you have a girl, like a friend, close friend, and this person you tell her, I'm not telling you, and they are pestering you, like, tell me, I won't tell anybody. If the only thing that can make me tell them is I love this person and I don't want to fuck my friendship with her, then I would tell her, I would want her like, don't tell anybody. She tell me not to tell you.
How would she be wanting you to tell her if you've not even already
you're not getting it. Okay, see, let's say she's my partner.
See, okay, that's what the person talked about, right? Like, even your partners, like, it is wrong to tell your friends just to your partners.
Yeah, I'm not supporting it, but I'm just saying love is crazy, you know.
I like that word.
Honestly,
real though.
If you ask me, right? So there, like, thank God that there are 2 things she said. She said, if I tell you something and you tell to your friend, like another friend of ours or someone probably I don't even know, that I'll be upset with that. Then she also talked about the fact that if I tell you something and you're not discussing with your partner, I'll be upset with that. For me, if you tell me anything and I have a partner, no vex, we go use you talk. Because it's just normal. You don't expect me not to tell my partner. Imagine, see, even the Bible said when you and somebody, see, when a man and woman is together, you guys become one, right? So tell me how you tell me something and you don't expect my partner to know. Anytime, see, if I'm married and you tell me, you should put it at the back of your head. You're not telling one person, God bless you. Like, you're telling the both of us. Do you understand? But we will not consider a problem, and it's not just her. It's also on me too, because how do I tell you something with the belief that you won't tell anybody, and I'm hearing it from another person's mouth? it is. It doesn't. It's
Actually,
uncalled
no,
for.
but
If I wanted to hear it in that person's mouth, I would
I'll
have
tell
told that
that
person.
person.
right?
No,
Do you get
but
what I'm saying?
but to be honest, like God's beauty said, we are all humans. Oh, well, I promise you, anything. Sorry to all my friends, but anything you've actually confided in me, I promise you, my man knows it all. But
Wow.
Definitely.
here's the thing. Like when I say like it's my biggest pet peeve, right?
Is
So
this video still
let
on?
me just give an example. So I had this my best friend actually, my let me call her my ex best friend. So I had this best friend or whatever, and like we'd be in school, right? So anytime I'm feeling down or whatnot, like I'll come to her, I'll confide in her, and I'll pretty much like, tell her things, like just like a bunch of personal things about myself, right? And at some point, it started getting to the point where like I'll tell her something, and then somewhere, I'm hearing it from
Another
Another
person.
person.
another person. Well, this is when it just got very bad. So obviously, like the first time it happened, I warned her. I was like, look, like don't be telling people my business. Like don't be going around telling people what I've told you. So she promised not to do it again. So fast forward, right? Some big situation happened. Obviously, I told her about it, confided in her. Next thing you know, it's apparently I don't know where she was or whatever. This babe had me on speakerphone as I literally told her that I'm about to tell you something serious. Please keep it to yourself. It's very impersonal. This babe had me on speakerphone, right? And literally like everyone heard my business. And this is how I even found out. It's crazy how I found out. So in London, obviously trains and whatnot is very common. Everyone takes the trains, right? So I was going from my uni Colchester to like London. So I was on the train, right? Cool. I go and link my boyfriend. We're together, and that's how my boyfriend starts telling me that like on the train that he was before, someone came up to him and was like, "Oh, your girlfriend is only right." Blah 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 blah. And it's like, how the hell do you know? Not knowing that like this person was like in the room where my friend had me on speaker, and it's just like, why would you? Why would I call you my friend? Why would I tell you something so personal and then my gist is out there to just anybody? Like it's weird. Like obviously that was the end of our friendship. Like I said, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I wouldn't
Is-
even blame you for
is-
cutting the friend off.
Yes,
Because I
because
would do the
it's
same too.
exactly is and things like that. Just telling someone something going like you're honestly not only not being trustworthy, but then you're also like putting that other person in trouble. It's like, why would you put that other person in like an uncomfortable situation? It's like okay, I'll tell you something, don't go and tell this person, you go and tell this person, that person now comes back to me and is fighting me for telling. Like it's like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you even create that kind of like scenario? Or
I think that's why I just like myself, to be honest. I tell nobody anything. The thing is, anything I tell this person is something I can actually tell any other person.
Yeah.
So even if it gets out, I don't care. Do you get what
But
I
I've
mean?
been there
I feel
before,
like no, I
To
feel
be
like
honest.
that's the best way to run away from so many things.
Yeah.
Now I try as much as possible to keep my personal things personal. Like that is why it is called personal things. It
Right.
has to be personal, not something that I have to share.
But
and
sometimes
sometimes you need to
except-
confide in, like if you're going through some like
Something, yeah.
things like that, you would honestly need to like you won't be saying you can't keep it
that's
to
why
yourself.
that's why we have professionals. That's why we have people that
So guys,
Wait, what do you mean professional?
No,
What
let me
professional?
let me
the
ask you something.
therapist and all
No,
of
no,
those
no,
people.
no,
Not
no.
everyone
Let me
has-
ask you something.
all
So
these people-
you're in time of crisis right now. Like you're going through it. You're happy. What did you
You
on the
have to-
spot?
you have to
would you
define
would
your
you
kind of
would you
crisis.
would you start looking? Oh my god, oh my
For
You
god.
have to
therapy.
define
No, you
your kind of
wouldn't.
crisis.
You look for the nearest friend to talk to, baby.
Oni,
Actually,
And okay,
Oni,
for an example
wait
now.
now.
Okay,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
give an
give
example.
me the
Let me
example.
give like the plainest of examples ever. Say you and your partner are having issues. Let's say he did you dirty, or like he cheated on you or whatnot, and you're going through it. It's like you're like going through it seriously. What would you do on the spot? Like that's a crisis. You're not gonna go find a therapist. No, you're gonna call your closest friend, and you're gonna confide in them, right?
You know what?
Right?
Let's actually go on a break, because to be honest, I have very interesting answer for you. So let's
Yeah,
quickly
no.
go on a break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us, guys. It's still Gossip Gala. And yes, it's the hot gossip segment. So let me quickly answer Oni's question, right? So to be honest, right? I don't keep friends. Let's even start with that. Now that takes us to who exactly the see. I am a different personality. I have a different personality. I have a different perspective to too many things, to so many things, right? Now, I don't keep friends. So for every time I'm passing through things, that's why I have my mom.
Well, that's
Where that's why I have my mom. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so I don't most of the times I don't even need to tell her because the woman is like the woman is like an amiable woman, so she knows everything
you know-
about
But
me.
there's certain things you can't tell your mom.
Where there are
Wait,
some
now,
of us,
where-
we don't
oh
even
my
tell our
God.
family things because you don't want to bother them, start making them stressed. Like, you are a lady, so I feel like you ladies get closer to moms, but men, we are stronger, There's so many things we are going through. You don't even want to share with your parents because you don't know if it's going to stress them and you don't want them to be bothered. That's for men.
I feel like that's a perspective that we need to start working on.
To
That's
be
a
honest.
that's a
'Cause we need a
mindset that
voice
we need
too.
to start changing. Because I feel like it's the way you guys are trained. The
Yeah.
way they have trained a boy. You're not supposed
show
to. You're not
weakness.
yes. Don't show weakness. Don't show that you love this girl. Don't show that you're vulnerable.
I'm
Don't do this.
screaming.
Don't do that. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be no.
Yeah.
You guys have emotions too. So you guys are supposed to breathe. Do you get what I'm saying? If you
Right.
have issues, if you want to talk to somebody, talk to them. That's why we have relationship therapists. That's why we have a whole lot of therapists, even down to
But you know,
sex.
you've been talking about therapy, like-
Yeah.
No, wait, chill. You've been talking about therapy, like all of us.
Like, wait,
One time I
let me be
was
real.
going through some things and my
Okay.
friend actually gave me one therapist number. You know that I didn't even contact them and I was still complaining about the same thing and this guy was like, did you talk to the person?
You
I said,
see?
you are your own problem. I'm like, the point is that a lot of us, we are not just cool with sharing stuff
Things
with
to certain
someone,
people, yeah.
outside,
And it has to
you
be
know.
someone.
That is because it's something you
See,
guys.
Omale now,
because of the
Omale
way
said,
you are taught.
Omale said,
or trained.
No,
Tell us
I
what
can't
Omale
like,
said
okay,
first.
see, Omale said, he like one time he had the problem and then he confided in his therapist and then he ended up having sex with the therapist.
Oh,
that can
You saw
happen.
it too,
I'm
right?
screaming.
No,
you didn't know about it.
No, I didn't hear
Wow,
about that
crazy.
story.
It's on his music.
I feel like that's one way of releasing whatever that is. Whatever
stress,
tension,
your
please.
frustration.
Exactly. So it's just part of it. That's part of the therapy.
Okay, it's part of the
But
therapy.
no. Just find someone you can honestly
Yeah,
confide
to
in
be
and you can
honest.
honestly, trust with your personal life and your personal issues.
Man.
But yeah, let's move into your segment. I want to hear what's hot on the
Okay,
street.
so on hot gossip, right? We have. I get judged by people that think I'm being too overprotective with my daughter. I should Bisola throw more light on her method of parenting. Let's quickly hear what she said.
You ever been judged by your parenting skills?
Yes, I have. Okay, so my daughter turns 15 this year, and she still doesn't. The wow came off. I was like, wow.
Because you're trying so hard.
So yes, my daughter turns 15, and she doesn't have a phone.
Oh, bless.
Yes, I've been pretty strict with that part of her life, and she kind of sometimes begs, but I've had other people tell me, what about emergencies? That she's too old, and I told her she's not going to get a phone until she's 16.
Wow.
So she still has one more year to go. But people are like, what if there's an emergency? Hey, won't she be, behind her peers? I'm like,
Yeah.
she has a laptop for schoolwork, so that should suffice. If her friends really need to talk to her, they will call her on Zoom.
Of course, 100%,
if
yeah.
it's really important. But yes, sometimes people feel like I'm overdoing it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to form overprotective, and I'm like, well, that's your business,
Yeah,
beeswax, that's your
100%.
whatever. But they've judged
No,
me on
I
that.
actually
But there was a
smart.
time I found out that she opened a Snapchat account. I was
On
like,
her laptop.
how?
Oh my god. I
How?
hope you didn't discipline her.
Oh, I did. So I extended her no phone usage by a year. So she was supposed to get it this year. Yeah, she was supposed to get it at 15.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, you want to discipline?
Yeah.
Okay, no scolding, no pushback.
How did she feel
but
about that?
She begged. She was like, mommy, please.
Okay, so I mean, we just watched this video together, right? You'll see that with everything she was saying, how okay, let me break it down this way. Now, I like the fact that she started off with the fact that she don't see a reason why she wants to give a child that is not yet 16 or 15 a phone, right? Yeah. Now, she also made mention of the fact that she gave her a laptop so she can do her assignment. So there's nothing like, oh, mommy, I don't have phone, so I cannot participate in any assignment given to me. Oh, mommy, I don't have phone, so I cannot even reach out to my fellow colleagues or classmates. You know. Now, she now said if she said something around the fact that if her daughter has something serious she wants to talk to her classmate about, that's why there's a Zoom call. Yeah. Do you get? Now, she said she was supposed to give her child the phone at the age of 15, right? But she didn't, because when the girl clocked 15, she noticed that she had Snapchat on her laptop.
Yes, because I have a story to that, but go on.
So she found out that she had her daughter had Snapchat on her laptop. So she's like, oh, so I said you should not use phone. You not go and look for backyard door. Okay. Oh yeah, now. So because of that, she said she not extended it to a year. So she like, until you clock 16, you're not going to have any access to phone. And I like the fact that she said this whole emergency thing, because I remember when we had that conversation when you were saying, oh, and the reason why my mom gave me phone at the age of 7 was because of just in case of emergencies. She said that's why she would always make sure that somebody is at home to take care of the daughter. So you don't come and tell me, oh, because of emergency I should get
emergency. I think she should have gotten you like Nokia phone. All those.
Do you get?
No, but what did I tell you? My first phone. No, my first phone was not an iPhone. No, I told you my first phone was
a BlackBerry, but equivalently, literally. A BlackBerry of then is the way an iPhone
I also
now.
did have a Nokia, but that's besides the point. Let me talk about this video real quick.
Okay.
In this scenario, I would say that honestly, I don't question her parenting style. I feel like she's honestly right, and let me tell you why.
This one shocked me.
I have a little 15-year-old sister.
Okay.
Okay. If there's one thing I would go back in time and change, is her having access to a phone.
Oh wow.
And her having access to certain things, because then this is obviously things are different, kids are different, right? But like I've seen scenarios where like, you know, you give a child a phone and it will turn into something else. Like I said, my little sister, right, she's 15. She got her first phone maybe when she was 10. When she was 10, she got her first iPhone when she was 10, right? Okay. And obviously, with the iPhones, right, you have your Snapchat, you have your TikTok, you have your whatnot. So obviously, she started opening all these accounts, and she was getting exposed to a whole lot. Obviously, me being the bigger sister I am, I ended up having to put restrictions on her phone, right, to restrict certain things. Obviously, I didn't allow her open a Snapchat, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, kids nowadays are so smart. Yeah. She also had a laptop, right? This babe went on her laptop and opened the Snapchat accounts too, and the Instagram, and the TikTok. So in my head, like, I start to think, like, what can I really do to limit the access that this girl has to things, right? So it'll be a thing of where like me or my mom will seize the phone during school season and whatnot, but even as we seize the phone, right, she still needs her laptop to do school. And on that laptop she has, there's WhatsApp, there's Snapchat, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Twitter. So it's just like, it's like, what can you really do at this point to, you know, like limit certain things? And I would say that like the way that she personally is raising her child, she's absolutely right for that, because if she does not put certain limits to that child, and if this child is being exposed to the things that like, you know, her peers are, I feel like it would affect her and it would change her, like it would poison her mindset. So I can't lie. If you're able to limit, you know, the use of phones and whatnot with your child until they get to like an appropriate age, please do, because these kids really shouldn't be having access to a lot of things they have.
All right, so moving on to the next one, right? We have why I ended my engagement just 2 months to my wedding. So I'll quickly take the tweet, because I mean, I love the fact that she came out to say all of this. It made it very, very interesting. Now, let's start from the fact that someone came out to say, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you can break off your engagement. You don't have to get married if you know it's not right. Even if you have sent out the invite, bought the dress, planned the ceremony, you can work out. Now, what's her name? Ife, a media personality, came out to say, break up my engagement 2 months to the wedding, hall paid for, popular comedian paid for, party part payment for the popular musician paid for, Vira Wang dress paid for, broke things off without thinking of all of that, and returned everyone's ashwebi money. I was getting married for the wrong reasons, and I just couldn't continue. I made one of my best decisions of my life. All right, then she went for that to say, because I was going to clock 30, and I don't know who put it in my head that I had to be married at the time, or it would be socially unacceptable to be unmarried at 30. When I complained to an older friend, that it didn't feel right, because not only was I not in love, but I had no rest in my spirit. She said I did fall in love inside the marriage, but to never let 30 pass me by. So I stayed despite the fact that he was a pathological liar and an extremely untrustworthy person. All right, this is, you know why I love this when I saw this? It just speaks to the fact that each and every one of us carries a wrong mindset as individuals, especially here in Africa, Nigeria to be precise. There's just so many stereotypes, there's just so many things that are on women especially, because I'm very sure if it's a man that is
Actually,
that.
I have a question.
Okay.
What is the age limit that is, should I say, too late for you girls? Because I don't understand
That's
the
the
pressure
thing.
that
There
we put
should
on
be
our
there should
ladies.
be no age limit.
Yes, there should be no age limit.
There should be
No,
no
that's-
age
that's what I'm
limit.
saying.
So
Because
let me
there's so
tell you
much
something.
pressure.
No, let me tell you. It's actually subjective, because there is so much pressure. Let me just tell you a quick story. I have a friend, right? She's 21. She's 22. She got married at 21. Why? Because she was the oldest daughter in her household. Her parents put a lot of pressure for her to get married. So she met this man, right? So 4 months after, the pressure is there. She's getting married. And now she's
4
in the
months.
relationship, suffering, complaining,
And they're not suffering with her.
confused. Yeah, and it's like, your parents are not suffering with you. You're the one who is suffering and taking all this backlash. This girl was pregnant, she was bleeding, and her husband left her there and went out. Didn't check up on her. This girl also attempted to commit suicide. When the friends called her husband to come to the hospital, he didn't come. And it's just like, why do girls, get themselves into, it's not even why, because I kind of like the pressure it is on them, like by like family members, parents, or like, it's honestly a lot. And especially in like the states that are like not as developed as Lagos is. So it's not really a thing of where like girls are like really blah 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 blah. Like, no, the pressure on society from family members.
Sorry, my love. We'll have to quickly go on a break. But I would like to hear your input right after the break. We're good? All right, please stay with us. We're going on a short break. Stay.
So obviously, like I was saying, the pressure is just a lot on like these women in general. But what were you about to say? Huh?
Like I was about to say that, it's so crazy for the ladies, because they feel like once they are clocking 26, 27,
Yeah, it's like,
and the pressure is just there, because a lot of them are looking for excuses to just leave their parents' house. And most ladies, they are now pushing themselves on men,
and
'cause,
things like that.
Before it used to be different, but right now, once you see these girls over 25, you see them like they just want to attach themselves to you as a guy, and it's so crazy, because you as a guy, you are thinking about your life, you are thinking about money, you're not even ready to settle down, and all these people are already putting marriage and relationship on your neck, like, and you are
see,
just looking for a way to come out of it. I feel like the society should just take it easy. Marriage is not everything. You don't have to be married at 30, so long as you are living good life is all that matters. Your joy, happiness, for me right now, if you ask me right now, I will tell you marriage,
Marriage is
because it has so much stress.
it does. It
Yeah,
does.
I just
it
want
does have so
let's
much
have,
stress. I
like, we
wouldn't
can
even
do
lie.
that open relationship. I have a kid, you the mother and
Oh
the
no
father.
no
Yeah,
no!
but we good.
I'm not with that baby mama BS.
Okay.
I ain't with that baby
Oh
mama
But
my
me,
BS.
I don't want stress. Like,
hell
I don't
no.
get time for. I'm too young and I'm still trying to come up, be a superstar. No, I don't. No, please.
I feel
But yeah. So in terms of that whole thing, obviously, like I said, I don't feel like you should be forced into anything that
No,
you don't feel
part
is
of.
right. Okay, I don't feel like you should rush yourself. Like the saying, right? It's never too late to do anything. I mean, you can be in your 40s, in your 50s, and still find love. So please, don't go and settle for rubbish all because of
Settle for
pressure.
less.
But anyways, we're gonna go on a quick break, and right after that, we're gonna be diving into the hottest gossip segment.
If the foundations be
Is
bad,
faulty. What can the
what
righteous
can the
do?
righteous do? How do we start amending the foundation? And you talked about the Constitution. We've had so many constitutional amendments back and forth, and half the time they're for personal interest and not about we the people. So how do we go about it? Because you've also said we don't have the people. So how do we manufacture
You
them?
see, the collective ignorance in Nigeria is legendary, underestimated. People don't know, right? You see, it doesn't matter how determined you are. A billion fools coming together sincerely to take an action will take a foolish action. It doesn't matter how many they are or how they feel, how much they hate. Determination is not a strategy. Neither is anger, right? People have to learn to subject their feelings to reasoning and allow those reasoning to be guided by truth before they move to action. There's a lot of movement going on in Nigeria, but 99.9% of the time, it's a movement of emotion to action. The reasoning and truth is missing within the gap.
And no strategy.
Now, when you have a critical mass that are terribly ignorant, fearful, and opaque, because you see, you have to understand the character of the Nigerian. He is extremely hopeful. Extremely hopeful. Now, anything you are willing to tolerate will never change. Never.
So thanks for sticking with us. And now we're about to get into the most fun part. So let's dive into the hottest gossip on the streets today. And this is my tired is tired at this point. Golden shower, Charles Bourne. So I don't know if you guys have seen that video that is trending, but obviously this man comes online. I think his name is Charles, to tell the story of this babe who met someone in Abuja, blah blah blah. They got to know, whatever, it came to Lagos, went on a date. On that date, like, they were vibing, whatnot, they were drinking, and then at some point the dude goes, hey, do you want to have a golden shower? And she says yes, but obviously at this point she didn't necessarily know what a golden shower meant. So they proceed to go back to his house. They're talking some more, having some more fun, drinking, whatnot. And then he's like, let's go to the bedroom. She's like, okay, sure, like something's about to go down, right? But like she's not sure what's about to happen. So she gets to the bedroom, and then this man tells her to kneel down, right? So obviously she kneels down thinking that, okay, I'm just about to give him like a blowjob or just something anyways. And the next thing you know it, this man whips out his prick and he literally takes a piss on this woman. Like he starts pissing on her. Because obviously she said that she wanted a golden shower, right? I mean, that's what a golden, like for you guys that don't know, a golden shower is obviously when, like, you're pissed on. Some people, that's their niche, that's their thing, like they like to be pissed on. So obviously after that happened, the girl was obviously like confused, she was shocked, and the guy was like, I thought you wanted a golden shower, right? So yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me go to you. What's your thoughts
What?
on a golden shower or on the whole situation? Like,
No good in shower. good in shower. Wait, where did it happen? Where? Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria. Yeah, he took her back to his house. Obviously, because like at the hotel,
Wait,
right?
is she getting paid for that?
No, listen. At the restaurant, right? He had asked her, "Do you want a golden shower?"
She said yes.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure like she wasn't like well educated about. She was probably thinking, oh, maybe like a 9 spot, like just some other thing, anyways.
Yeah.
So they get back, right? They're vibing some more. They're having some more drinks, and they go to the room. So he asked her to go on her knees, and she gets on her knees, thinking that like, okay, it's about to go down, like we're about to blah 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 blah. And next thing you know, this man whips out his thing, and just takes a piss on this babe. He's pissing on her.
She got the golden shower now.
Yes, she definitely got the golden shower she asked for, but in her head, she's just like, and I think the man came back to say that like, oh, like, I thought you knew what this was like. I thought like you were like a well-traveled babe, like a well-educated babe. But
I feel like the guy too was wrong. He should have asked, do you know what golden shower
I mean,
is?
But he already felt she knew.
She was educated and she was well-traveled.
That's why you don't assume things. So if I ask you, oh, do you want a golden shower? Or
You're supposed to
you're supposed to say,
what's a golden shower?
Exactly.
You're not
not saying, not doing, oh yeah.
You don't just say yes to anything, but that's what. Would you ever do? Is that a thing? Like, what are your thoughts on the whole golden shower thing? Would you ever give someone a golden shower? Is that your
Say
thing?
to me right now,
To like
so
piss on
disgusting.
someone?
Right now, as you're even saying,
But
it's disgusting.
But you know that there's some people. Have you seen that thing? What's it called? Two hoes and whatever. Where like.
What's the whole?
I can't even explain it. It's a thing where like it's like a sexual act where like you guys like shit on yourselves and then eat each other. Like I'm telling you things like in Dubai.
Yeah.
I'm telling you things like this actually occur. So even a golden shower, like it's quite normal.
Would you do that though?
No,
chill. Okay. Me and you golden shower 2 million naira. Would you do it?
Don't play with
no,
me.
just
please.
joking. Would you do it? Or
No.
Not for 2 million.
What is 2 million
Not
to
for
me?
5 million?
What is 5 million to me?
How
what
about
is
you?
that
Would you
to
do?
me?
Wait, chill. Would
I'm
you do
gonna
it?
do it
Whether
for
you're
any
paying me
amount.
or you're
Either
not
way,
paying me.
like
Golden
I
shower.
It
Just
doesn't
wait,
matter.
wait,
I
chill.
mean, you can give me a golden shower of funds. Yeah,
Oh
I'll
my
take
God.
I'll take
Are we
the
talking
don't
about
want-
golden shower of funds or
golden shower of piss?
I don't want.
No,
but it's just
either
peace
way-
now. You just go into the bedroom and
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
that's
obviously,
that
but like,
simple.
there are people out there that would even take a golden shower for 30K. So let's
Do you
Actually,
Okay, so I would want to
Here we
ask,
go for.
do you have a crazy fetish? Because this thing now is sounding crazy. Like this one you talk about.
Golden shower, right?
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm
disgusting.
telling you,
Bro.
it is what turns people on. Actually,
do you
I have
like
a-
your toes being
Being
sucked?
sucked. That one
Yes
does
or
make
no?
sense to me.
I think she likes it.
That one does
It
make
makes
sense to
sense,
me.
though. I
But
mean,
having to
It makes sense. Let me even tell you something now, bro. It's even like sometimes it goes the opposite way. So I have this, what do I even call her, friend? This person that I know, she's like a, what's the word? Is it like a dominatrix or whatever? These people like, men pay them to like insult them because like men get turned on when like you dominate them. So she tells me about this story where like obviously she went to go and insult some man, like you like spit on him, stuff and whatnot. And then this man that she asked her, she's like, please pay on me. I'll pay you extra. And it's like,
What's that?
pee on
me.
you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. It actually, like, surprisingly, it actually turns people on. And I'm just like, how does someone take it?
I would never relate.
Like, how does someone,
Well,
how does someone
it happens,
urinating
though.
on you?
People are crazy.
How does that turn you on? How?
I don't know.
So it is.
Because I don't know.
It
I
is
don't
me
know.
now asking you guys now. How does that actually turn some people on? I would want you to
is
put that
the
in
man
comment section.
mistaking it for squirting or what?
No, like he knows it's piss.
No,
he knows it's
And he
piss.
just deliberately
He
wants
just
that.
enjoys it. Even did you hear the story on how? Let me just wrap it up. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us. It was a great day today. Obviously, catch us tomorrow, same time, and if it's trending, we're talking. Per.